Hello, welcome to another video. Got an osprey right here in the tree right next to me. So the ospreys around here are very used to people. So people do walk around a fair bit. They're quite occasionally down on the beach having a feed. So this one's just chilling out in the tree. His mate is in the tree directly behind us. The one in the tree behind us has just caught itself a fish and has the fish. So I'm going to leave that one alone and let it have a feed. We've got some really nice light. We're very close to sunset. We've got some nice golden light, so what I'm going to do is just sort of walk around and try and get some clean shots. It's very windy, there's lots of leaves blowing around. Okay, so we have another osprey now. I'm going to take my backpack off this time just so I can move a little bit more freely. Hello. Or are you the same one? I don't think it's the same one, because the other one that I saw flew off the other way. Okay, now we're really losing light quite quickly. Again, I don't want to get too close. He's having a bit of a feed, so I'm just going to let him have a feed. Now, onto the editing side of things. And the way I like to edit is just recreate what I remember seeing. Okay, I remember the nice blue sky, I remember the golden glow, and that's the order I'm going to edit in. I'm going to bring back some blue sky, bring back our golden glow, and just enhance everything that's here. Okay, raw files are flat, so we want to bring out our detail. We don't want to over process it, we just want to bring out what's already there. So first thing we're going to do is, if we come to our profile, normally I go with Adobe Landscape. Occasionally I will try the adaptive color just to see what it does. And in this case it does a pretty good job. Okay, it's already starting to bring back a bit of that sky. So the adaptive color has worked quite well in this case. So first thing I'm going to do is bring back that blue sky. So as you would have seen from the video earlier, we did have a nice blue sky and that golden glow. So I'm going to come to my masking tools, grab a linear gradient, and just going to bring it in just in that top right hand corner, but by bringing it in a long way it's going to give it a nice soft transition. So somewhere around about there. Then if we grab our temperature and take it down, and then we're starting to introduce some blue back into that sky. Now personally I'd probably only go down by about 20%, but for the sake of YouTube I'm going to overcook it, and then I'll show you how we can dial it all back a bit later. Okay, so we've got some blue in our sky, but it's also affecting our subject. So the blue was in the sky in the background, it shouldn't affect our subject. So what we're going to do is subtract our subject. So now we've just added a little bit of blue sky into our background. Next thing we're going to deal with is the golden glow. So we can see that there is a golden glow already on our osprey. So we're just going to enhance that golden glow. Okay, flat raw files, they need a little bit of help. So we're going to create a mask, and this time we're going to grab a radial gradient, and I'm just going to click and drag and make a nice big soft gradient, and we're just going to cover half of our osprey. Okay, so just make sure your feathering is at 100%. If your feathering's down low, it's going to be a very harsh transition. The more we feather it, the softer the transition will get. Okay, so nice big gradient, and what I'm going to do is just move it around until it's just affecting the left hand side of the osprey. Okay, we can already see there's a golden glow there, so we're just going to enhance it. Unlike our blue sky, this is affecting our subject. Okay, so we're not going to subtract our subject, we're just going to warm everything up and just enhance what's already there. Okay, so somewhere around about there looks pretty good. If you want to give it a nice soft glow, you can bring your texture down, and that'll just add a bit of a soft glow coming in from the side. Okay, which we might do as well. We'll just soften it down a little bit. Bringing down the dehaze will give it even more of a glow. So let's do that as well. So somewhere around about there. So if we just get rid of that one, that's before, and that's after. So it's just a subtle glow. We're just enhancing what's already there. Okay, and then now we're going to look at our subject. So as far as I'm concerned, I do like this portrait. I like environmental type portraits for my wildlife. it shows that it's not in a zoo or in a wildlife park. This is a wild osprey in its environment. So I'm not going to remove any leaves. I'm not too concerned about, the leaves covering the front part. The face is nice and sharp, our eyes in focus. To me, that's a nice portrait. So what we're going to do now is enhance our osprey. So again, if we come to masking, we're going to create another mask, and this time we're going to select subject. That's going to select just our subject. Now, if you want to be fussy, what you can do is subtract a brush and just remove some of those leaves. So if I just bring my brush down, have your flow down fairly low, so then it'll kind of make it a bit of a nicer transition. So we're just going to subtract from there a little bit. Okay, with a nice soft brush we can just keep painting and it'll slowly start to eat away at it. Okay, if you want to get really fussy, Photoshop is the way to go. So that's done a pretty good job. We've selected our subject. So with that mask selected, with our subject selected, we're just going to increase our exposure ever so slightly. We don't want to go up too far, it'll start to look unnatural. We just want to bring her out a little bit. Then I'm going to add a little bit of contrast. I might even bring up the shadows a bit just to get some more texture back into those feathers. Okay, and finally, if we come down to our effects, and we're going to lift our texture. So if I just zoom in on her face and the feathers, if I bring up that texture, that's adding sharpening. Okay, and it does a pretty good job with the texture. So again, I personally bring it up by about 20%. For the sake of YouTube, we'll take it up a bit more so you can see it. Clarity is more of an aggressive sharpening, so I would only bring that up a little bit, but again, clarity can make it look nice as well. Okay, especially with feathers, it brings out a lot of detail in those feathers. You don't want to go too far though, because then it'll sort of crush your blacks and lift your whites. So clarity, just bring that up a little bit. Dehaze we're not going to touch. Okay, so if we zoom out again, and we go back to our before shot, there's our raw file, and that's where we're at now. Okay, so now our osprey's a lot more punchy. We've got some color back in our sky. We've got that golden glow, but it looks over processed. To me, that looks a bit overdone. So what we can do is, if we just go back to our masks, and let's just click on our subject for starters, and we have this amount slider. So if you find that it looks a bit overcooked, what I do is take that slider down, and that's not affecting anything. Okay, so that's taken out all the adjustments we've done. Then we can just slowly start to dial it up, and personally I think around about 30% is all I need. I just want to enhance her a little bit. Okay, we don't need to over process it, just bring it up by about 20%. Okay, same with our masks. If we grab our amount slider, take it all the way down, and then just bring it up subtly, will give you a much more realistic looking image. Okay, same with our sky, we'll just bring in a little bit of sky. So then when we click our before and our after, we're not altering the image too much, we're just subtly bringing out some of those details. Okay, and then once you've done those basic adjustments, then we can play around with our global adjustments. Okay, so in this case, I think adding a little bit of vibrance will help, maybe a little bit more contrast. But that's about it. That's just a nice, simple and effective way of turning our flat raw file into something just a little more punchy. Okay, that's it for this video. If you did like it, give it a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe. If you want to see me out in the wild taking photos like this, hit the subscribe button. I do regular live streams, and I will be doing a lot of wildlife this year. So see me out in the wild chasing some wildlife and capturing the photos before we bring them back to edit. So thank you for watching, and hopefully I will see you all again very shortly. It's looking like it wants to take off. I need to position myself better. Got lots of leaves in front of the bird, which that was a shame. I knew it was about to fly off. I was just too slow positioning myself. I was zoomed in too tight. I've missed the shots. Okay, and that happens. That happens sometimes. You've got to be ready, and I wasn't. Oh, you dickhead. Again, I don't want to get too close. He's having a bit of a feed, so I'm just going to let him have a feed. Get in a little bit closer. I know you just want to enjoy your meal, so I'm going to I'm going to let him sit there and enjoy his meal. Hello. Hello. All right, you can enjoy your meal now.